Refined, a wild new art exhibit that's getting under people's skins.
That gives me the willies.
Find out why you just might walk away believing bugs are beautiful. Plus,
my mom would bring home like Star and Inquirer, like these gossip magazines, and I would look at the red carpet section in the back, and I'd be like, see all these evening gowns and stuff, and I didn't see anybody that looked like that in my town at all.
up-and-coming designers share their inspirations as one of the top fashion competitions in the land gets a step closer to the catwalk. Then, file this one away under C for clever.
So what is this?
Well, what is this? It's actually this.
It's this?
It's this. It's this 1977 file cabinet.
Refine's newest trash to treasure makeovers could save you a bundle and keep you busy. Seattle Refined starts now.
Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gert Swanson, coming to you today from the San Michelle Winery. If there's one thing I know for sure, there is no happy medium when it comes to people's reactions to insects and bugs. People either don't mind them or they get completely freaked out. But as Refine's John Prentice discovered, if bugs make your skin crawl, it might just be the way you're looking at them.
A masterpiece. The designs and the composition.
These walls appear to be covered in fine wallpaper, but they're not.
I think this is ingenious. I think this is creative art at its highest level.
But it's bugs.
It's wonderful.
That's right, insects. About 7,000 of them covering the walls of the Mad Art Studio in South Lake Union.
This is the work of artist Jennifer Angus. The exhibition is called Supernatural. About 20 years ago, she was doing academic research in Southeast Asia. And during this time, she came across a shawl that was embellished with iridescent beetle wings and thought to herself, wow, you know, I've never really considered the beauty of an insect.
From there, Angus mixed her love of textiles and patterns with insects to create art like this. Priscilla loves it.
What are some of your favorites?
Oh my gosh, the ones that along the bottom of the pillars, the bright blue colors, the ones that look like leaves.
Yeah,
and they're
aren't
not.
those cool?
No, they're not leaves. She has a mix of sense of humor too that if you look carefully.
From a bug barber shop to a beetle in a honey jar to the last thing I'd want to find in my drawer at home. Let your imagination run wild.
So what do you make of this glittery horned thing here?
I love those glitters, and I bet a real deer would love those glitters.
Yeah, that would look great out in the wild.
The males would be out fighting for the best one.
Bob is a science buff and says this exhibit is a great way to see these underappreciated creatures up close.
They've had a negative image, second only to snakes, I think, in human thought. And when you look at them carefully, they have evolved in very interesting and practical ways.
I like it. It blows my mind. And I'm delighted that Mad Art is here to do exhibits that I will look forward to in the future of who knows what.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
The exhibit Supernatural runs through October 14th at Mad Art Studio in South Lake Union. To learn more, check out our website.
Well, there's still time to check out another cool exhibit here in Seattle, the Infinity Mirrors.
If you haven't headed down to the Seattle Art Museum to see these things in person yet, we highly recommend you do. The highlight of the exhibit are small mirrored rooms that seem to go on forever and really blow people's minds. The Infinity Mirrors runs through September 10th at SAM. Speaking of mind-blowing, we still can't believe our eyes after looking at the amazing street art created at the first annual Pacific Northwest Chalk Fest in Redmond earlier this month. Artists from all over the world came to Redmond to transform pavement into jaw-dropping works of art. I mean, they really are spectacular. Check out the full gallery on our site.
Excitement is in the air as we get closer to one of the biggest fashion competitions in the Northwest. We're now just 3 weeks away from the Independent Designer Runway Show, brought to us by our sponsor, Fashion Week at the Bellevue Collection.
And as hopeful up-and-coming designers burn the midnight oil to perfect their looks, Refine got a chance to get to know some of them a little bit better and understand their passion for fashion. 7 designers are getting ready for the fiercest fashion competition in the Northwest, the Independent Designer Runway Show at Bellevue Fashion Week. Refined has a front seat to all the action thanks to our correspondent, former Bachelor contestant turned designer Desiree Hartzog Siegfried. She says Megan is one of the ones to watch.
Hi, my name is Megan Cruz, and I have been wanting to be a fashion designer since I was a little girl. My mom says she doesn't know where it came from. I grew up in Camino Island, and there's like not much style there at all, so my mom would bring home like Star and Inquirer and like these gossip magazines, and I would look at the red carpet section in the back, and I'd be like, see all these evening gowns and stuff, and I didn't see anybody that looked like that in my town at all. Like, I'm constantly working. Like my husband says, I'm like the type of person that's meant to like work all day because I don't like sitting down. So I put my eye on my shoe. So I'll like post it on Instagram and be like, I got my eye on you. I have 2 kids, so my daughter's 7 and my son will be 4 this month. And they help me a little bit with my sewing. Like my son will like try to put pins and stuff and like help do stuff, and my daughter like likes to tell all the models what to do and like push shoes on them, like put the heels on and stuff. I'm pretty excited. I'm more like in work mode right now.
So this is a piece that I'm still working on. My name is Paloma Hurtado. I studied fashion a long time ago. That was like my degree. I'm from Mexico City. I just got here 2 years ago. I got married with an American and we lived together for a little bit in Mexico, and then we decided to come here to explore. We are obsessed with the Sun, Seattle Art Museum. We're members, so we go there just almost every weekend just to see and what's happening and to get inspired. We love hiking. I didn't used to do that, but here's like a huge thing.
Oh, I love Paloma because I like her thought process with how she designs. So I like her creativity, and as a designer, I appreciate her thought process and how she's creating, and she's taking everything very literally.
This is my favorite piece that I do love. I love it.
Hi, my name is Nora. I've been in the fashion industry for, well, I guess 3 or 4 years now. I have a different degree in healthcare, actually. And so then I decided I wanted to do something fun that had nothing to do with medicine or healthcare, and I decided I want to go to fashion school, and because I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. I have 2 kids. My daughter's 25 and my son's 23. I do other things. I mean, I'm a runner. I've done like 8 marathons in my life. I paint, I draw, and I hike. I love the outdoors. I love to travel.
Do you ever sleep?
Of course, I love to sleep. I have to sleep for 8 to 10 hours, so that's the thing. I require that much sleep to be able to function and be happy, you know?
Nora's style is very simplistic and minimalistic, and I really love that. I think Nora just needs to be a little more prepared because we only have a month, and I didn't get a clear image of what everything will be, while some other people had a full collection.
I like this. That is very cool.
I like Gustav a lot. I really love his men's suits, like the jackets.
Hi, my name is Gustav Apiti. I've been designing for more than 15 years. Well, I am originally from the Congo, DRC. And I started, first learning how to sew from my elder sister. She was sewing and making garments for customers. And I was always interested, whenever she was doing the work, I was sitting there watching her. And, she was not willing to, teach me how to do the work. She was chasing me away. Well, I have more like a personal goal of life because I always dreamed to be like one of the top designers in the world. Because when I look at some of the top designers, I always say they are human beings like me. They have 2 arms, 2 legs. And if they make it, I can also make it. Well, I have so many skills and talents, if I have to say. For example, I'm a singer. I sing in the church. I'm a gospel singer.
Can you sing a little bit?
Okay, I'll try.
Forgive me, and I have been living the lie.
So that's it.
So good, Gustav. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There's a lot on the line for the designers. The winner gets $5,000 and will have their looks displayed at Bellevue Square. The show is on September 21st. For ticket information, head to seattlerefine.com/IDRS. And while you're there, enter our Bellevue Fashion Week sweepstakes to get hooked up. The winner will get 2 tickets to IDRS, a one-night stay at the W Bellevue Hotel, plus gift certificates to True Spa and Hapanessa Restaurant. Again, head to seattlerefine.com/IDRS for all the deets. Seattle Refined is just getting started. She may be pint-sized, but this 11-year-old whiz kid can cook with the best of them. Find out why this child might be the next Julia Child. But first,
if you walked into a store to buy this table, it would sell for probably around $800, right?
Probably.
How much did this cost for you to make?
the answer is next, and we'll be shocked if you aren't.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gert Swanson. Anyone can buy a brand new piece of furniture, but trust me when I say it is more rewarding to find something a little bit old and give it a stylish new lease on life. Refined's Malia Karlinski has more trash to treasure secrets from our folks at Goodwill.
Buying a dining room table can take a big bite out of your bank account, but you can save a ton of cash by using a little elbow grease.
This is a beautiful white table. Everything white is so hot right now.
So hot.
But did it start off as white?
No, it didn't. It was a brown 70s looking thing that actually had a lot of wear to it. And I saw it and I was like, you know what, we could do something with this. Ideally, all you gotta do is sand it down first, light sand, and then I use chalk paint. Everybody's using chalk paint, right? And you do 3-4 coats of that, and then you're just, grab yourself a nice palm sander and have some fun with it. Create those fine patina edges and some distressing.
Yeah. And it looks natural though. It looks like it's an old table that naturally kind of wore off right here and right here.
Yeah, there was a moment where I hit this Jackson Pollock area where I was like, did I do too many? Is there too many of those? And after sanding, do a good wipe, wet and dry, and then do a top coat on it, light. You can do it in a spray can, or you can paint it on as well, and then you get this beautiful guy.
Doing some of the work means saving hundreds of bucks.
If you walked into a store to buy this table, it would sell for probably around $800, right?
Probably.
How much did this cost for you to make?
With the table included, $65, $70 tops.
That is a huge difference in price.
Yeah, it really, really is. And you do it yourself, and it's got some pride in it too.
Most of us have one of these, but Gary says don't pitch it, plant it instead.
So what is this?
Well, what is this? It's actually this.
It's this?
It's this. It's this 1977 file cabinet. I don't know if it's 77, but yeah, it could be. I took all the drawers out, tipped it on its back, put these casters on it, and then you just fill it with dirt and then plant stuff in it, and then it's great for patio and or apartment living because it moves.
And you can spray paint it, and it looks like you stenciled it.
Yeah, did it all. And it's really simple, so you can plant everything. If you don't have a place where you can just build something, put it on wheels, it's easy.
This is like an instant party on your deck, too.
It is an instant party on your deck.
Speaking of parties, if you like to drink wine, don't toss those wine corks.
If you have an old barrel, you can make it into a table.
Yeah. All you want to do is throw down some clear caulk there, and then just keep going, and it should come out, hopefully. If it doesn't, then there you go. Keep it going and just do a nice, there you go.
Like a nice line across?
Yeah, okay. Perfect. And then what you're going to want to do is grab one of these corks, just grab a cork, and start moving it in. Yeah, there you go. And put it around the edge there and start your little adventure of corking.
This is fun.
Nice work. Let's get a high five in. Boom.
Top it with a piece of glass and voila, you've got the ultimate spot to sip wine. So before buying something brand new, hit the thrift store or shop your own home. That junk just might be the beginning of a perfect piece of furniture. Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
To see all of Malia's Trash to Treasure projects, check out our website. Coming up on Refined, it's one of the top cities on the East Coast for foodies. We hop a flight to Charleston and get a lesson on East versus West Coast oysters.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gert Swanson. Most 11-year-olds can probably nuke a bowl of soup or whip up a pretty mean PB&J sandwich, but you wouldn't expect anything much more gourmet from them, right? But a young Utah girl is shattering that stereotype. And as Dan Rascone explains, she's not even a teen, and she's already ready for a top chef.
As I whip it, I start to incorporate air bubbles.
The art of creating that perfect dish.
And that's a savory variation.
Something that's happening daily here at the Park City Culinary Institute. An intense 160-hour program for future chefs or restaurant owners. The classes are offered to those 18 years and older, unless...
Hi guys, it's me, Chef Moppy.
Your 11-year-old...
making 2 dishes.
Penelope Lorenzana. The very first graduate of the culinary program that is under 18 years old.
So in here we have...
And watching her cook up a meal, you begin to see why.
That's just going to allow the batter to set up.
For Penelope,
I love to cook.
It all started when she was just 2 years old.
Only a matter of time before I'm discovered.
That's when she saw the animated movie Ratatouille.
The motto actually of that movie is anyone can cook, so that kind of inspired me.
Since then, Penelope could be seen in the kitchen cooking up a variety of meals.
2, 3.
Even learning the art of making that perfect pizza.
Is that all you want on your pizza?
At a very young age. Seeing her talent, her parents signed her up for a Young Chefs Academy class. Soon, she was known as Chef Moppy.
When I was little, I couldn't say my name, which is Penelope, so I would say Pamoppy. So then that just got shortened to Moppy.
Chef Moppy has already traveled the country and world, learning from the best of the best.
I like to do savory, so more dinners and lunches and things like that.
She also has
Hey guys, it's me, Chef Moppy.
her very own YouTube channel,
This is Fresh Thyme Leaves.
where she hopes to inspire kids to learn how to cook.
I tell them that you're not too young and you're not too small.
For her, there's just something fulfilling about making that perfect dish.
When you're done, when people try it, hopefully it's good and then they like it, just makes you feel good.
With a motto of anyone can cook, that even includes me. You're gonna show me how to properly flip a crepe, right? There's a technique.
That's right.
Is it all on the wrist or what happens?
Yes, it's all on the wrist.
Okay, here we
So-
go. It's all on the wrist. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Still need a lot of work. But it's not just all about cooking.
I'm also an entrepreneur.
She also has a title of CEO for her company that makes chef knives for kids.
Chef's knives for adults are made for an adult's hand, not a kid's hand. Rosemary infused butter over the top.
An 11-year-old girl who is well beyond her years in running her own business and dishing out mouth-watering meals.
Bon appetit.
That's an impressive young lady. A shout out to our colleagues at KUTV in Salt Lake City for sharing her story with us. We'll be right back. But first, an important message. Our hearts go out to Texas, where Hurricane Harvey is turning lives upside down in Houston, Beaumont, Corpus Christi, and all along the Gulf Coast. The images so many miles away are heartbreaking, leaving all of us looking for a way to help. While relief efforts will take time, there's something you can do right now. Sinclair Broadcast Group, Como News, and Seattle Refined are teaming up with the Salvation Army in Standing Strong for Texas. Please join us in raising funds these families desperately need. You can either donate online right now at comonews.com/Harvey, or drop off a check at the Como Studios tomorrow. Or, if you're on the east side, you can drop off a check at the Bellevue Collection and Bellevue Collection Center Court tomorrow from 9:30 in the morning to 7 at night. All checks should be made out to Salvation Army Hurricane Harvey. Sinclair Broadcast Group will match donations collected up to $100,000. Sinclair Cares, standing strong for Texas.
Free communication. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gert Swanson. On this show, we like to celebrate all things Northwest, from food to fashion and beyond. But when we looked at the calendar and noticed it was National South Carolina Day, we have to admit we got a little misty for one of our favorite trips. So we get here, Joe, and within the first 10 minutes, all we see are bars and restaurants. What's the food scene like here?
Well, it's booming right now. I mean, every time you turn around, there's a new restaurant opening up. People love food, especially the locals here in Charleston. They're looking to have kind of what's the next best restaurant in town.
So what's the difference between like a Seattle oyster, because we get a lot of them up there, and down here in Charleston?
A lot of those Seattle oysters, a lot of the West Coast oysters that I've seen and that we've used here at the restaurant, they're very melon-like, they're really mellow. They have a very sweet taste to them. A lot of them are very petite too. Our oysters are a little larger, they're a little bit more salty, a little bit more abrasive on the palate.
And you like them?
I love them.
So Chef Joe, we're going to do an oyster shot, right? I got to taste it, so tell me how to do this.
So we're taking a tomato-based, kind of like a Bloody Mary kind of a base, but there's some ginger in there, and we're pouring the whole oyster with the liquid into the shot.
With the liquid?
With the liquid.
With the
going
juice?
In there. Yep.
You have to have the juice in there.
Yep, you got to have it in there.
All right, here we go. This is for the best oysters in Seattle. Okay, cheers. Ready? Here we go. Cheers. Ooh, that's got some good pop to it. I love it. Hey, thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man.
All right, that's going to do it for today's show from the San Michele Winery. I'm Gert Swanson. We will see you next time on Seattle Refined.